everyone. Welcome back to episode 30 of the Angry Advocate podcast. This is coming out right before the fest. So, in fashion for the fest, this week we have members of Fractured with us.
What up?
How we doing, guys?
What's up?
How's your
Happy to
Tuesday
be here.
night?
It's pretty good. Just had some
Normal.
chicken Alfredo, so I'm chilling now.
I had some
Amazing.
Taco Bell.
Oh, amazing.
This
Taco
guy.
Tuesday needed. Oh, amazing. So, I'll get right into question number one. How was Fractured formed as a band, and how long have you each individually been doing music?
So I'll take this one real quick, Donnie.
Yeah.
We started in the summer of 2021. Basically, me and the drummer Mason were in an old band that was a 4-piece that split in half into two and fractured, and that was where the name came from. And we were a 2-piece for a year and a half. We started as soon as basically shows started happening again after the pandemic around the summer of 2021-ish, when people were just kind of putting the feelers out and starting to do small little shows and stuff. We had a bunch of material from the old band that I had written that we turned into what is our first EP, Reflections of Regret. I have pretty much been me and Mason were the dynamic duo, I guess, for a year and a half, 2 years. We had a bass player for a short time, kind of didn't work out, and then we found Donnie. Donnie, what has it been a year? It's been at least a year now, right?
Been over a year.
Yeah, it's been over
I
a year.
I think June-ish was a year.
That's crazy it's been
I know,
that
it went like
long. So Donnie is the newest member, but I feel when he joined is when this band is fully kind of really kicked into gear.
Hell yeah, where you got it was the last
The spark.
cog needed to get
Trying
everything
to
rolling.
find the right person.
Yeah.
We were searching for a bass player, because the 2-piece thing you can only get away with for so long. We were playing small rooms. We were a brand new band, so we were used to playing basements and corners of little buildings and stuff where I can just be loud and we tune low enough to where we can kind of get away with it.
And it works, yeah.
And it worked, but as we started to actually gain a little traction and started playing bigger stages and stuff, we were like, all right, we really need a bass player.
See, it's
We literally
funny.
we did a competition for Bamboozle because they were bringing it back, and it was we got to the final, and we were literally thinking to ourselves damn, if we make it and get to play one of these stages, how is this gonna sound on a big ass stage?
Exactly.
Fuck,
You just look and it's just two guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of our appeal in the beginning, I guess. It was just crazy. People were always like, how are you guys doing this? You guys are Knock Loose and the White Stripes had a baby.
You're a 2-piece band, make it make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it work. Who I usually do the podcast with, Ed, he'll be at the festival on Saturday. His band has 2 guitar players, no bass. And I've always done the same thing, and
you can get away with it.
Yeah, you can.
Tune pretty low.
It works.
But I do I've went back and looked at some of our performances without bass, and I'm like, damn, there really is a difference, though.
Yeah, and I say that to Ed, can you just imagine how much beefier it would be?
Yeah, it really does. We were in denial. We were like, no, this is our thing, and then we were like, no, wait, this is so much better.
Now that you're a year with Donnie, it's been needed.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, and Donnie, can you tell me more about your musical background coming and getting you here to Fracture?
What's it called? I actually, I found Fracture through an old friend, right when they put out their first single. It wasn't even the EP yet. You guys just had the one song out, and I was like, this is amazing.
Oh my god! Do you remember who it was?
It was just one of my old friends.
Oh.
But what's it called? He's like, yo, listen to this, and that's the thing, I'm not really a metalcore guy. He's like, listen to this metalcore band. I'm like, I don't like metalcore. And he's like, no, it's really good. You have to listen to this. And then I listened to it. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I listened to when the first EP came out, and I fell in love with all those songs. And a year after that, I met my girlfriend actually, and on our first date, we were just talking about like bands we liked. I'm like, there's this local band. I haven't gone to see them yet, but they're called Fracture, and they're like amazing. And she's like, my best friend is the drummer's girlfriend. And I
This
went to
is the
school
whole
with
backstory of
I
how.
went to school with the drummer and his girlfriend, and then I like slowly met them through her, and then I found out they needed a bass player, and I was like, I play bass, and you guys weren't
Donnie
gonna
was
get
just
another.
like our hardest mosher at shows. He was
Yeah,
just
and then
like the guy,
once
like,
once we
going,
started once we started dating, I would start going to see you guys all the time because she had seen you a bunch of times before that. But
That's
yeah,
wild.
it
yeah,
was
we
like
were
a
literally
super
like, yo,
weird.
he plays bass, really? Do you want to join this band? Because, like,
Yeah,
you're at our shows, like, dancing, like, hard as hell. Like, there's a video, if you look on our page, we played a Devils game. We got to, like, open for, like, a New Jersey Devils game, like, the hockey team and shit. And literally in the video, you just see Donnie in, like, a fat-ass,
I'm
like, Devils jersey, like, dancing hard as fuck. He's, like,
I'm in like the
two-stepping in
whole
it.
video.
It's so funny to look back because he's in the crowd and now he's in the band.
Yeah,
That's amazing. It's the full circle. It's like it's
Yes.
in its own light. I'm spacing on all names. It'll come to me. Hold not Jordanson. Jay Weinberg, the picture of him like as a little kid, like with
oh yeah,
Yeah.
with
freaking like
Slipknot, yeah.
it's all that full circle.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
that was like our thought process was like, we couldn't find a bass player and we were like, fuck it, we're going to play as a two-piece. We're just going to play and then hopefully someone likes it and like, hey, I play bass.
Yeah,
And
I
that
never played
literally
a
is
five
what
string
happened.
either. I bought a 5-string and
Yeah,
learned the
he literally
songs
bought
like in
gear
a
to
week.
join.
See, and
Yeah,
that's the right fit. It's someone who's passionate about the music, fell in love with it prior to even like being a part of it. That's
Oh, me
amazing.
and Donnie are
yeah.
like the same person. It's scary. Like
It's
we're into the
frightening. Like
same
once we
shit.
really start talking, it's
Yeah,
like the weird niche little things that we're into.
things
It's
that
like,
we're
wow.
into. Yeah, like we
That's
go
amazing.
hard with Kiss. Big like Kiss nerds.
Hell yeah. So let's
The
segment it
goats.
into second
The
question. Can you
goats.
tell me some of like we'll go into like local bands, but you're like tell me
Yeah.
some of like the niche artists or just some of like your favorites as well for like artists.
Well, we're probably both gonna say Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss
Like
for sure.
that's like almost like what I can remember. Like my youngest, like first, like I guess quote heavy. They're not. I mean, there's some heavy Kiss songs, but my parents were both like huge Kiss fans. My mom was like a huge Kiss fan. Like I went to my first Kiss show when I was like 11 or 12. Like they were just kind of like the first like early band that I can remember, like guitar music that I can probably look back on and like, okay, that's where I started wanting to like play music really. But like heavier stuff when I started getting like really into the heavy stuff, like I mean the obvious ones like Slipknot and Disturbed and all the stuff that was on the radio because like my parents like that too. Like they weren't really like they listened to everything. I would say like the music that like what Fracture is like the first time I heard like the Acacia Strain probably in like I don't know when Wormwood had just come out like 2010 2011 that like completely changed my brain on how heavy something can be and like how pissed off and angry something can be and then like on the other side like my brothers were into like really heavy stuff and I heard like Converge for the first time and like I hated it at first, and then like I listened to it again, and I was like, "Wait, holy shit! This band's insane." And then that was just kind of like into Poison the Well and all those bands because that's like a huge another one for me.
And that was a
Donnie,
dumb
you're more on like the hardcore, like straight up hardcore side.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like I this is kind of going backwards then forwards. Like I'm not starting in the beginning, but like
Yeah,
when I started listening, when I was like older, when I started listening to bands like Disembodied and Converge and Poison the Well, I called them hardcore bands. I didn't realize that they were like technically metalcore bands. Because like
yeah.
when I started talking to you guys, you're like, yeah, what kind of hardcore bands are you into? And I listed like that, and you're like, that's metalcore. And I'm like, I thought it was hardcore.
The
But
genre police these days, ever
yeah,
metalcore is
it's
such a
really
wide.
insane like how like I've now gone to the point where I can hear something and like do the like even the little genres subgenres within it, but I also remember being at that point of being like it's heavy. It's all the same. What do you mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, like going back to like when I first like started getting into music, like Devin, like Kiss, it was like really early for me. Like Kiss. I had a Kiss toothbrush. Kiss was on Fairly Odd
I
Parents.
had one of those as well.
Dude, the
It
one
would
that
play
sang
rock and roll all night while you were.
I had the same one.
I remember seeing the commercial for that.
But like I had that, like they were on Fairly Odd Parents, and I was like,
oh my god!
as a kid,
right.
like I just immediately like clung to that, and then I found out that my parents both love Kiss. But I grew up in a really, really broad musical house. Like I remember like being in my dad's car when I was a kid, and it would be like Sammy Davis Jr. and Dean Martin and Motorhead and Overkill and Kiss and like just everything. Like
pretty much the same
like
here.
old school hip hop stuff. Like I got, I'm into that a lot through my dad. But later on in high school started getting into like heavier stuff. Oh, heavier. It's Metallica, Slayer, like the surface level thrash stuff.
Yeah.
My dad was the one who's like, he like went through his old CDs and he's like, here, listen to these. And it was Morbid Angel Covenant, the first 3 Obituary albums, and Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated. And that's where I was like, I started getting into like the heavier side of, like I thought like Metallica and Slayer were like the heaviest bands on earth, and then my dad's like, no, listen to this.
It's like, surprise, there's more.
Yeah, no, exactly. But
amazing. Then we can go into third question, and it's fine if it's to your area and not up here in New England, but can you tell me some of your favorite local bands?
Donnie, you want to go first, or
sure.
you want to think about it?
Well, you think and not forget anyone, so no one's mad at you type
I was
thing.
just saying, we might overlap. There's some obvious ones, just like friends of ours, but
like Jawdust immediately popped in my head.
Yeah, one of the dopest bands out of New Jersey right
now. I'm trying to think who else. The first 2 were Jawdust, Torn Open. Torn Open's really, really, really sick deathcore
like
band.
Deathcore done right, like what it used to be, like not what it is now. Like deathcore that's actually good. Like they remind me of like first EP Chelsea Grin, like original Kruger Banger.
I'm sure Sophia would be very happy to hear you say that.
They're like the first time I heard their EP, I was like, "Yo, this is like MySpace in a bottle. This is like perfect."
You're just taking me right back.
Other local bands, I'll just say, who's like our friend's Final Resting Pose. Shout out Jordan.
Yeah.
New Jersey's like got so many scenes and so many, like, it's crazy, the melting pot of New Jersey. Like Eric Raven, my buddy Eric, his stuff is great. It's like industrial goth metalcore.
Okay.
It's like if you were like to if you put like Old Wounds and like 18 Visions with like 9 Inch Nails, that's what it sounds like. It's he's doing something really cool. I would say like another really cool metalcore band, Seven Crimson Suns, like doing like that converged mathcore stuff like really well. I really like them a lot. We've played a bunch of shows with them. They're really sick. There's like so many. Like I feel bad. Like I have to sit here and like really think. Stone Away too. Good melodic metalcore. Reminds me of like old Vanna. Although old Vanna is now back, but good Vanna.
I'm trying to think what else. Hosticide is a really good. Dude, I just saw their like first New Jersey show back like 2 days ago. They're on like this like tech death shit now.
Yeah,
they're like crazy technical now. Like they used to be more of like borderline hardcore-ish death metal, and now they're like doing like Dying Fetus, like crazy tapping, like the whole song. It's really dope.
That's the thing, like New Jersey, like you could get every kind of band from here. It's insane, like especially like in the Middlesex County, like New Brunswick, which is like a very big college town. Like the basement scenes, every kind of band starts there. The weekend run we're doing this weekend, that includes the fest, we're playing at a spot in that town, and it's literally like a Mexican restaurant that they pull all the tables and chairs out and throw shows in it. Shout out Cinco. That spot is it's very well known. If you play in Jersey, it's a very, very sick spot. The family that runs it, like they have shows every weekend. you can have scramsy metalcore shows, punk shows, hardcore shows, metalcore shows, everything in between. Like New Jersey has everything, everything. Any kind of band you'd want to hear. It
A
probably exists
whole
here.
sector of it in New Jersey. That's insane.
But we are excited to come up north for the first time.
Yeah, I'm
This
very
will be our
excited.
first. This will be like our first time getting up to like Massachusetts and Rhode Island on this run. So very stoked to
Have
see
you
what
done
you
like
guys.
Connecticut before? Like, have
We've
you hit
played
New England?
Connecticut.
Yeah.
We've done Connecticut. I don't know if the spot exists anymore where we played. It was this really crazy little spot called the Crunch House, I think. That's what it was
Rip.
called, right?
No.
Yeah, it's
It's
gone, right?
gone.
Yeah.
It's gone, and I never got to go to it.
We played there with Mercy Whip and Torn
Oh, hell yeah.
Open. This band
Humiliate.
Humiliate. They're
Dope.
fucking incredible. Like Candiria Reborn. If you know Candiria, they're like insane math core, but like they'll do like a weird like jazz part out of nowhere. And like
Mhm.
just like
Oh,
and the
so
drummer screams and plays drums and like I can't play drums and like just the thought of having to play
having
these
to do
crazy
both.
polyrhythms and you like I play guitar and scream. I'm like the vocalist for the band. And like that's hard enough, but like having to move my feet and my hands and like having to
Does
go
he at
all
least have
over.
a headset? Like, or is he still like making
He's
it
Oh
got
yeah,
work?
he has
he
Like,
like
got the Britney mic.
yeah.
He got the Britney
okay,
mic.
beautiful. I was gonna say, like, if he's still like keeping his head in one spot while doing, there's no way.
Code Orange pulled it off for a while. Code
Oh
Orange did
yeah.
that, where he had like the side mic and he'd be like over
Dude,
here.
Yeah.
hey, if it works. Was the Crunch House show where you met Elliot and how this run with like Slugs came together,
No,
or?
so that's actually kind of crazy. So like he's been a fan of us for like a hot shout out Elliot.
Yep.
He's been a fan of us. Like he's been hitting us up to try to do something with Fracture for 2 years now. Like if you look when we posted the Weekender flyer, he's like, this is like almost 3 years in the making. Like he's just been like a fan of us. Like when the first video came out, I think they found us and like we were supposed to play a show in Philly like a couple years ago and it fell through and then we like almost had something planned and it fell through and like now this is finally the point where like we put out our latest single in April, Guilt Remains, and he messaged us and was like, "Can we please play some shows? Please." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Like we're trying to get out of New Jersey. Like it's not like we don't love it here, but we are trying to get to other places. Like we played Maryland, we play in Philly a bunch, we played Connecticut, we played New York. Now we wanted to get more up north, and he was like, "I got you." So this
Really
is a long time in the making. This run, this little weekender.
Oh, I love that. I love the boys and Slugs. I was their photographer for their run that they did in August. I had the tiniest bunk in that van, so I got very up loving all of them. But Elliot is so good when it comes to all of that because there was a band Cold Glock that came out here from Nebraska. I actually have an episode sitting with them that's going to come out once all these are done. But Elliot hit me up being like, "Hey, I have this band that I need you to like find a show," and I was like, "I got you." But he's so good at finding all of the like bands everywhere, especially Cohen Noise, who they did that run with. They're absolutely insane too.
Yeah, like it's crazy the power of the internet, what you can find and what you can do when you just reach out. Like, hey, they just reached out and was like, "Yo, I want to play some shows with you guys. Y'all are fucking sick." Like, he's
And
been
he
a
just
fan of us for
waited,
a minute.
like
Yeah,
finally came together.
bands need to do that more. Like, yo, message the bands you like. You want book some shows together. Like,
Mhm.
we're all in the same team here. Like, we
Exactly.
want to play shows just as much as you do.
Just make it happen.
Yeah. Took a couple months, asked some friends, set some venues up, and here we are.
Hell yeah. Can you tell me more about like the run you're about to do with Slugs and Execute?
So Execute is also like a band that like goes kind of deep with us. Their first show was our first weekender. Like that was before Donnie joined, so that
Yeah.
was like probably 2 years ago. Um, they did a couple shows with us. We played in like Philly and Penn State. Like went out to like Pennsylvania with a band called Bethel. They're like kind of like thrashy hardcore. But I've known those guys forever. Like, and when Elliot was like basically reaching out to us. He was like, "Oh, I got Execute on board." I was like, "Really? Oh, those are our friends. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be great." The first day, because I believe the first day it was supposed to be 4 days where we were only gonna do three, but I think the first day didn't work out. So the first day with the 3 dates is at that spot I was mentioning before, Cinco's in New Brunswick, at the little Spanish restaurant. Then obviously we're coming Saturday to the fest you guys are putting on. We're very excited for it. And then the next day we're doing a matinee that actually doesn't have Execute. It's just us and Slugs, with a couple bands. It's a matinee at the Alchemy, which I believe the show after ours is also the Far
It's
Side
basically the
show.
fest happening in two places
That's
accidentally.
crazy.
Because I
Farsight,
think
we know
I
those
could
guys
be
too.
wrong.
I say Farsight's dope. I like
We
Farsight
played
a
with
lot.
them in Philly. We've played with them before.
Oh,
We
hell
played
yeah.
with them at a spot called Creep Records. I think there's two Creep Records in Philly. There's like the Richmond Ave one, and then there's one like in the city. But yeah, we played like the
A record
basement of a
store?
record store with them.
That's so
They're
cool.
I like them.
Yeah, they were great.
They're
Great
great
guys.
dudes.
So we're excited to see them and meet a bunch of bands that we have not met before. I do know a good handful of the bands on the bill, so I'm very stoked to finally get up north and see some of these bands
that you've seen like coming up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. And it's cool because I saw there's a promoter that goes by Ass Beaters Anonymous, always puts on absolutely insane shows. Great dude, definitely reach out. But Execute is playing like a show like back up here, I think in a couple of months. So it's cool like that we get to like break out and then
Gotta start making the moves to get out of where you're from. Gotta make the connections. Like it's good. It's awesome to see like bands willing to still tour and go long distances in this economy and still trying to make it happen because it's not easy.
there
was
was
faint of heart.
I think they are from New Jersey. Dang, what's that? Joe Grizzly.
Yes,
I just saw them the other day with Haas's
yeah, we know
Joe.
those guys.
They there was a few, I want to say like 6 months ago, they were in Lawrence, Mass, which is like probably 45 minutes south of where Manchester, like in the area like we put shows on and such. And then the next weekend they came right back up here and played Bad Burger in Manchester where I book. Yeah, speaking of venues that like include food, I work and do shows at a place called Bad Burger. You can have burgers like while you eat. We'll have to get you guys back up here so you guys can
hell yeah.
so you can hit New Hampshire.
That sounds incredible.
It's a cool spot. It's the same thing. Like move the tables during the shows. Like we just built the stage and everything though, so it like has a bit more.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the philosophy. If you don't have a stage, you make one.
You build it. They built it literally like one in half a day, like from 6 a.m. They got it done.
Build it and they will come. Build it and they will come. Hardcore kids need an excuse to spin kick.
So now that you are a 3-piece band, do you have new music in the works? Are you still rocking your old stuff, or where?
So we just put out a single in April. That was the first song that Donny plays on, and we did a music video that's like a basically our own Blair Witch project. We shot in like this old abandoned medical facility in like South Jersey. It was very scary. It was low key, like
it was
kind of creepy. It was like we had to use our phone lights, and like it was complete pitch darkness, stepping over like broken glass and needles, and but if you watch the video, you can literally see the entire building all inside is graffitied completely. All these like creepy signs, and we just had our buddy who does a lot of our music videos, shout out Nick, Snaggletooth Productions. We did like a Blair Witch type video with like a handheld and like basically made it look like we were getting taken by something and you don't see what it is.
That's sick. And you guys actually had the fear of it, so it actually brought that into
the video. No, like there was like one point where like we were like, okay, don't shut this door because I don't know if this is gonna close or this is gonna lock.
We
Like
might be stuck in here.
So that's gonna be like basically we did that single as like a placeholder. We just finished recording a record. We're in the mixing process right now. A full length is going to be hopefully next year. We'll see. We got to figure some stuff out, but our new single is like basically a taste of what is to come.
Hell yeah, beautiful. Do we? I guess that'll have to be a wait and see. Are any of
to
the songs
describe
gonna
like
like
what
pop
is it
up?
like? I guess it's like if you listen to both of our EPs, where like the first one is very like to the very straightforward metalcore, like older metalcore, a lot more like just like no I hate to say no song structure, but just like riffs out and just being angry and pissed off and just hard riffs. Where like our second EP we tried to like have a little bit more structure and there's a little bit of cleans in there. So like the new stuff is both of those put together. The good of each, what we liked and took it and ran from it from there. So that's kind of what to expect, wait and see kind of stuff.
Hell yeah! So for that, amazing. It's the progress you can see in like of you guys throughout time.
No genre limits. We like when we started the band, I was like no cleans, and then I was like,
well,
well, like maybe.
And if I hear the cleans and they're really good, then yes, they should absolutely be in there.
Just a little bit, I honestly think it was when I heard that band Foreign Hands.
Yep.
When I heard Foreign Hands, I was just like, nah, they're doing cleans like this. This is awesome. And then Boundary started doing cleans, and I was like, fuck it, I
was
don't care.
waiting for that for so long because I love all of like the side projects that Tim has done.
Yeah.
He did In Good Nature, and now he's doing Knife Dance, like, and he's doing cleans in that. So as soon as he started, I was just like, it's about time.
No limitations. Like I was a little worried that people were gonna be like, oh, they're trying to sell out. They're writing poppy songs with clean choruses, and it's like I did one song with one clean chord. It's one.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, the new record, experiment a little bit. You'll see.
Leave some more. Hell yeah. Beautiful. So we've talked a lot about it, but if there's anything further in final question, we have the Weekender and everything, but what's next and plans for Fracture?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, I think we
Everything,
pretty much did it
yeah.
all, yeah. Like, we
Like
got
a
a
lot.
record in the works, couple more shows for the end of the year. We'll definitely be hitting some new places next year. Definitely are going to try to head south. Might have some plans to hit Florida. We're trying to work something out.
Hell yeah.
Just to start getting out there. We'll see what happens. It's very
Yeah.
much take it and go.
Absolutely. Have you guys gone to
only up
Virginia?
from here. No, but that I hear a lot about the Virginia scene, and so many bands have came from there. One of my favorite metalcore bands of all time, Glass Cloud, came from Richmond.
I was gonna say Banditos in Richmond. I need to play there. Slugs like played there. I was there in a different run. Like that place is amazing.
Richmond has bred a lot of awesome bands over the years. Glass Cloud was like a huge influence on me. Equal Vision Records, like I had that whole like scene, Eagle Vision Records. I was that kid in school 100%.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time out to talk to me. Excited to actually meet you in person on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm very, very stoked.
First time in Massachusetts.
Hell yeah. This will be out on Thursday, just 2 days before and everything, so can get that out prior. But thank you guys for taking the time, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, if y'all are coming to the fest, come check us out.
Absolutely.
Sweet.